My name is Marcus Huang, and I want to tell you something. When I was 10 years old, as a birthday gift back in 2015, I got a day tour at the Edinburgh Manor in Scottsboro, Iowa. I was absolutely ecstatic about this because I've known about this place since I was very young. I've been interested in the paranormal since I was 6 years old. When kids would go to the library, they'd check out books like Magic Tree House while I picked out top 10 most haunted houses in America. Within that time of the day tour, I sat in this very room, possibly this very chair, which is the padded room in the basement of the manor. And while I decided to mock the Joker, I ended up getting a massive, massive headache. But as soon as I stopped and left this room, the headache vanished. Later on that night, my grandmother realized that I had a scratch on the side of my face, and when I tried to put those two things together, I realized that it had to be caused by a ghost. And yes, I thought the deal was sealed, that the paranormal does exist. We flash back 6 years later for my 16th birthday. I do my first official lockdown investigation. Me and a good friend rented out this place and stayed in it for the entire night, and we caught some of the craziest footage that we have ever caught for our very first investigation. And now, about a year and a half later, I've returned to this building. And I don't think I'm ever going to stop returning to this building, if I'm being completely honest, because this building always gives me something the 3 times now that I've been here. Okay, so we're 40 minutes away from Edinburgh Manor, right?
Yeah, but we're about 10 seconds away from Walmart.
What are we doing?
We're shopping at Wally World. We're getting food for tonight because we figured let's get something to cook for dinner in the safe house.
That's what I'm saying.
We're trying to see what we can find. Let's get in it. We gotta get lit, a little pre-New Year's Eve.
It is pre-New Year's Eve. It's the 29th. They know that.
I need ice.
You need ice?
I need ice. I didn't bring a cooler, but I need ice. Ice, baby.
Dude, I don't think, do you even think it's going to last?
What, ice?
Yeah. They have a freezer, but is it gonna last for another hour in the car?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or do we buy a cooler?
Okay.
Let's get it.
Proceed to party.
Alright. Okay, on this December night, or soon to be night, this December evening, that feels like a fall day. We got the goods, and now we got to hit the road for the final 40 minutes.
Yeah.
What?
I would say about a week ago, it was probably 80 degrees cooler than it is now.
No, dude, 3 days ago. Three days ago it was -10. Not counting the wind chill.
I don't think that's true.
Yes, it is. I'm always right. That's not true. Right now, we're in the middle of absolute nowhere. We're 0.8 miles away from Edinburgh Manor, and I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm pretty ready, yeah.
I think we're gonna have a lot of fun tonight. I'm excited. Holy shit.
Uh-oh, we're getting close. No way, is that it?
Yeah.
Turn left.
Wow.
Jones County.
Destination.
Oh.
That is menacing.
Wow. I can't believe I'm back.
3rd time's the charm.
Ooh. Oh, I feel the
There's your snow?
I can feel the energy. This is
Where should I pull in?
just pouring in here.
Turn right.
Here we are, the Edinburgh Manor. Okay, so we're here at Edinburgh Manor. If you would like to introduce yourself, that's fine.
My name is Cindy. I am the representative, coordinator, scheduler, owner of Edinburgh Manor.
So this is one question that I love to ask everybody that owns these places. So how did you find out about this place, and then why did you buy it? What made you want to buy this?
How did we find out? Literally, we had seen an ad for an open house in our local free penny saver newspaper. And that would have been in January of 2011. It had closed in November of 2010. We came and took a look, had heat, running water, absolutely gorgeous state inspected care facility. At the time, this county here decided they were going to sell it by a sealed bid. So filled out their form, mailed it in, and we won. There was no plan other, we didn't expect to it was just a very big shock.
So it was just like, let's just see what happens type thing.
Yeah, we really didn't have a clue as to what we would do with it if we won the bid. We had no clue. I honestly don't even know how many other bidders there were. But it was just guess what we bought? Now what do we do with it?
So did you know about the history of this place before you bought it, or was that
Not a whole lot. We knew it was the old county poor farm. It had been here since, I don't know, somewhere around 1846, 1850. Over 200 acres, it was a working farm. So we knew that part of the history. We knew a little bit, but certainly nothing paranormal was ever on the radar at that time.
So as far as the history goes, from 1850 to, then the building being constructed in 1912, what happened?
Wow. They always housed the poor people. If you got arrested, you got sent to the poor farm. And back then, the theory was, the system was that you would work off your debt to society. So you would work at the poor farm and they would sell that stuff, the cows, the cattle, the hogs, crops, whatever they needed to do. And then around 1911-ish, this place was built. And they kind of touted it as the new Jones County home and home for the incurably insane. So they always intended to have insane people live here. We don't know what their definition of insanity was.
So all types of people, rather you'd say on a lower spectrum of autism to probably actually criminally insane people were housed in the same room.
Correct. And again, we know so much more about mental illness now than we ever did. So people that could have autism way back when, because you were weird and you didn't fit in, society didn't want you, so they would hide you away in places like this. And now that we know more, we have better ways of helping and training. It's not to say that it was an awful, awful system. They gave you a bed, they allowed you to work. You had companionship and people that cared for you, maybe not in the best fashion, but in my opinion, it was much better than sending them out on the streets.
Yeah.
With nothing.
So from 1850 to when it was a poor farm, and then when this building was constructed and then closed in 2010, how many people do you know of that died in this building, on property and then in this building?
On property, originally I found 82. And there was an old census out there. It's a public document. It's from 1876 to 1911, so just before this building was finished. 82 deaths on that one. Since then, there's been multiple people. Actually, a couple people have written a book. I believe that they're writing books on various places like this, and ours is called We Are Edinburgh. And
Is that Josh or?
Josh and Tori. Yeah. They were able to find documented 253 deaths on property. I would strongly believe that that number is a lot higher because you can only find the ones that are documented.
So that's crazy. And the sad part is that with all the undocumented patients, we don't know where they're buried. We don't know anything.
There's so much about the history that we just don't know because of poor record keeping, lost records. Sometimes a person would come here and they may not know their name. And so they didn't even know who they were. So they may have given a name that may not be accurate. So if that person died and the name they came here with was out there, their family may never find them, which I find incredibly sad. But it's a fact of back then.
So you mentioned this as well in the email. Some of the craziest things are like, I shouldn't say crazy, that's the wrong word. Some of the unfortunate worst things have happened here, say the women's ward or the basement or upstairs. If you're fine, could you talk about that, or would you rather?
Oh, no, sure. The system wasn't perfect, and it's no different than today's group home living. Bad things happen in group home settings. And unfortunately, the majority of those bad things are perpetuated by the people who are supposed to take care of you. So the staff, the doctors, the nurses, those people who are supposed to take care of the patients that are here do bad things to them. And yes, we do know there's been rapes here, assaults. We do know there have been suicides here. To my knowledge, I have not come across any documentation of any murders. But that's again to say, it could have been undocumented. We just don't know. I do believe, in reading some historical documents, this facility here wasn't as awful as some of the other poor farms around the country.
No, for sure.
So yes, it has a somewhat bad history just because of some things that happened, but there are others that are much, much worse.
So then for some of, the hanging room downstairs, down the hall and whatnot, or the opposite rooms are downstairs, do you want us, if you're fine showing that us, do you want us to go and get flashlights or use our phones then?
I'm sure if you would like
Lights
to,
on.
if you'd like to see them.
Alright.
We
Yeah, we can turn the lights on in the hallway.
Yeah, if they work.
Yeah, we'll
The room at the end of this hall, literally, used to be someone's room. So it's not very big, you can see. In the 1950s, it was a gentleman's room. We are on the men's side of the building. So the building's designed into the wings with the women's wing and the men's wing, first and second floor. This is the men's side. In the 1950s, there was a gentleman that lived in this room, and his name was Paul. He was in his early to mid-30s, and he had always lived at home with Mom. But when she passed away, his siblings didn't know what to do with him, so they stuck him in the county home, and he did not like it here. We were told he was here for about a week. He could have walked out the front door anytime he wanted. This was not a locked facility, it wasn't a hospital. People wandered away all the time. But he decided to leave by hanging himself. And he did hang himself in this room, on his doorknob.
On the doorknob?
On the doorknob, yes. He tied the sheet around his neck, tied it to the door, sat down. Left a little bit of room, but his arms weren't tied, his legs weren't tied. He could have stood up. He was very determined, and that's how he chose to leave. I don't think people use them very often, but because there's only two of you, it should still, these are steel heavy doors, and you can see how humid they are. But they kind of do this when you're somewhere else.
So is the story true that was told on Destination Fear about the woman that either jumped off the balcony or the second floor?
I have read documentation that she actually jumped out a window.
The strychnine as well is also?
Strychnine was in the 1940s. A gentleman did drink. I've seen documentation of he drank strychnine, which is a poison, very bad poison.
That's insane.
The poison is used for cleaning usually?
I don't know exactly what strychnine was used for. I think it's almost like arsenic, but I think it's worse.
It's something you shouldn't probably ingest.
I wouldn't go trying that. Although, some of the stuff they're making nowadays isn't any better. 200, we didn't number the rooms, they came that way. But shortly after we got the place, my friend decides he's going to spend the night here by himself. It's about, like I said, midnight, and he calls me. I'm about an hour away. I'm not comfortable with him being here by himself. So I'm just telling him he should come home. He's like, no, I'm fine. No, you should come home. He's like, I'm fine, nothing's going to happen. Except at this moment, something's touching my foot. When he did tell me that something was touching his foot, it literally was his squeezing of his foot. They know that he spent the night inside, and they did know that something happened. But we didn't tell them what happened or what room it happened in. Next morning, he calls up very excited, like, you have to hear what we caught. Like, okay. We didn't know what that was either.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that, Jaden?
No, I'm paying attention.
There was something downstairs that I don't know what that. It sounded like.
They're starting to tap and knock already. It's warm outside and they're cold. Is the red room. Look at the other end of the hall. That one is the blue room. Now we call them red and blue because of the curtains. So this one has red. This is the men's wing. This is the women's wing. Mm-hmm. Those two rooms have a different energy. And some people can feel it and some people can't. There is a man that stands in the corner of that room off to the left. He is very tall. very large, he's kind of stooped. Now that same described figure stands in the doorway of the blue curtain room. I don't know if they're the same person or not, but we learned about him from a deputy sheriff. They would have to come out here a lot to do searches, and he told us about one night he was here and walked into the room and immediately saw the man pacing back and forth in the corner.
When they see that figure, does it appear to be like flesh, or what would you say, like solid, or is it like
an
I don't know
apparition
that
or a
anybody's
full
seen
body?
him as a full-bodied apparition.
Or just like an outline kind of
It can be a shadow.
shadow?
It's usually darker than dark. It's
darker than
that's like what we
dark.
caught in the basement.
Yeah.
That
so you
freaked
can,
us out.
You can see an outline of someone. There's some pictures in the book downstairs that you might be able to see that. Other than having the physical experience, my friend also has seen two people in the building in the middle of the day, both times like you could see you. The second one was here. She stands about here. And so picture bright sunny day sometime between noon and 2. We're up here working, and I had made a comment about feeling pretty calm in here today. He goes outside to get a tool, hits the main staircase, and gets that little tingle. It's like, ooh, there's that thing I haven't felt all day. When he turns, we had the curtain up, so it was bright. He turns, and here she is. He could see her from the back. He couldn't see through her, but she was very frail. She has long gray hair. She's wearing a white dress or a nightgown, not entirely sure, but it's long-sleeved and high-necked. She didn't acknowledge him in any fashion. All she did is took one step up, and then she was gone. Other people have seen her. I don't know who she is.
All right, guys, so currently it is 9:55 on December 29th. We are here outside the Edinburgh Manor, and we're ready to do our investigation. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling like I'm having a good time. I'm ready to have a good time. I'm afraid to be separate because then I'll really get spooked.
It's I gotta say though, as pissed as I am that the snow all melted, because I really want to snow on the ground for this investigation, the night's beautiful. The sky is extremely clear. I mean, since we're in a very flat area, I mean, the sky is super clear to us. The moon's bright, the stars are bright, and I mean, the weather isn't that bad, honestly. So, but yeah, let's go ahead. Let's head into the Edinburgh Manor and let's see if we can catch anything. All right. Yes! Here we go. All right, well, all yours now. If you want to make yourself known, please. Hey, turn that off. That's not fun. Oh shit. Oops. Why would you do that?
I didn't know it was just gonna get set off by us walking by.
Is it? Yeah, it has a sensor right there. It's getting the shit out of me. How did that not go off earlier?
I don't know. And I thought you had to press the button too. Look, watch.
No, but that's
What's up, bro?
No, I unplugged it, but that's weird because. Susie, are you in here? A little bit of a reading in here.
Investigation questions. Oh, that's a big ass shadow. Are you male or female? Well, considering this is the boys' unit, we already know. Right? Is this the boys' side?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, if you're out there, can you make a noise for me? Just make one loud knock. That's all I want. Did you hear that?
Like a...
It was like a whistle.
Yeah.
Was that you? The room that we're in right now, Cindy did mention the unfortunate fact that there was assaults that game and other things. And it is believed that it has taken place in this room. So We're gonna see if we can stir up some activity here. Hey! To the person that did terrible things to women, whether if you were staff or you were an inmate here, I want you to come in here. I want you to do something. I want you to let us know that you're here right now. What do you say we go silent for like 3 to 5 minutes?
Sounds good.
What's the timing of that one?
What's the what?
How long has that been rolling?
Where do I check? Tap the screen?
No, let me see. Let me see. What was that? What was... Good, that's what we want. Make another noise.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
There's like this.
It sounded like I felt like it sounded like a stomp. I don't know. You don't need to be afraid of us. We're not here to hurt you. What the fuck?
Did you see that?
I heard a noise from a light noise here, and then I heard a louder noise down there.
Me too.
All right. Let's go. All right, we're coming upstairs. What do you say you open up the handy cam, set it in that room down there. I'll set this camera up down in the red room.
Yeah, good idea.
And we'll split up. Set a timer on your phone for 6 minutes starting now. Don't say anything. Only
Here,
6.
set a timer for 6 minutes.
No, make it 10, honestly. Let's do this.
This is the blue room, aka the girls' room. I heard something by you though.
What the? Did you hear that? What was that? Okay, so this is what happened. Come in here with me. So I lay flat on this bed. So I heard a male's voice. So I asked if that was you, and it was you. Next thing I know, right over there, I hear like, I don't know, something was falling almost, but nothing's falling. And so that's when I sat up, and if you heard me go, what the is that? And so I'm like standing up, and my ears are open. I am silent. I'm silent like a dog. And all of a sudden I hear or whatever that was out here, and that's scary.
Me and my friend, my cousin Marcus are here. We're trying to communicate with some ghosts.
So what are you doing? What are you doing right now in the bed?
I'm laying in the bed, and I'm trying to see if I can have some sort of physical experience.
All right.
Maybe
Shh. There was just straight knocking outside.
Like scary. Should we go?
Someone just going.
Should we go check it out?
Yeah. Go on, grab that.
Should I go back and lay in the bed?
Yeah.
We'll just be silent. You can stay in there, listen for anything outside, and I'll try to see if I can have any experience.
I'll sit outside in the hallway.
Okay. Ghost, feel me up. Go ahead and squeeze him. I think I just felt it in my foot.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like, would it?
It's just tingly though. I don't know, I'll let you do it.
Hey, I'm lying here completely vulnerable. Come squeeze my foot. Are you okay?
I have been hearing ever slight noises, and the first few I just wanted to be like, Marcus, I'm hearing things. I just kept listening. I don't like when it comes from downstairs. It's weird.
What do you say we head to the basement and we see if we can find the Joker?
Bring it on.
The REM pod in that big hallway and we'll sit in the cafeteria. See? So we gotta get this light off. Sorry. There's the light switch for this right here. That says off. Let me see.
Hey, right here.
We'll try that.
Silly.
Alright, so we're in the big hallway right now that goes from the laundry room all the way to the cafeteria. This is actually the hallway where Cindy had a huge like shoulder jack that literally made her spin around. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave the REM pod in here and we're gonna go sit in the cafeteria and we're gonna see if this will go off. So as you know, it's very sensitive, like that. Alright, let's go ahead. Let's come in here.
Are you kidding me?
Light it up.
That didn't do anything upstairs. As soon as you set it down here, look at it go. Should we leave a camera behind or no?
No.
Just.
I mean, we can't. We don't have another camera for us. The other
Okay.
camera is charging.
Okay.
If you're angry, light up the REM pod once. Okay. Stop. If you are angry, light up the REM pod once. If you're not angry, light it up twice. 1 for yes, 2 for no. So you are angry.
Oh my gosh.
Do it one more time to say yes. Why are you angry?
I can't believe that. It wasn't doing anything upstairs, and here we are. This is awesome.
Can you knock on the wall? Can you knock on the walls at all? You're really liking that REM pod. I like it. What the fuck is happening right now?
That's the craziest it went right after you said you're really liking that REM pod. Show us how much you like it then. Come on, let's hear it. Fireworks.
Come on, bro. What the did you hear that down there?
No.
It's like brushing. Light it up. Marco.
Is it the Joker?
Joker, if you are down here, light up that REM pod for me. Let me say it again. Joker, if you are down here, light up this REM pod. If you are not the Joker, can you light up the REM pod for me? Why does it get quiet all of a sudden?
I don't know, but it just says a lot that it was making that noise towards the beginning. And on this, unlike the K2 meter, it seems to be pretty accurate. Because watch, I could put my foot near it, goes off, goes off, goes off. So what reason does it have to go off besides it actually detecting something?
Can you light this up right in front of us?
Yeah, why not? Do it.
We want proof that you're here. You were just lighting this up. I wonder why you're shy.
Did you leave? Why don't you come back and light it up?
You can do something. Are you back? Are you a male or a female? Once for a male, two for a female. Can you answer me? I'll reiterate my question once more. Once for... So you're a male.
It always beeps as you're like finishing up.
Yeah, I should run away. Interacting me.
Well, do you want us to move this, or are you happy to interact with it here?
Do you want us to leave? If you want us to leave, light up this
beep,
REM pod
the beep.
once. If you don't want us to leave, light it up twice. Once for us leaving, twice for us leaving. Huh? Well, guess what? We're saying.
Wait, it just beeped.
It did.
You got this for Christmas, or did you buy it around
I
Christmas?
got it for Christmas.
Okay.
Hi. Thank you for interacting with